You're a summoner? That's the weakest class in the world. The moment Lin Xiao awakened his class, everyone laughed at him. His rival called him trash. No team wanted him. No one believed he could clear a dungeon. Even a normal combat class was considered better than becoming a summoner. But they had no idea. Lin Xiao had awakened a unique S-tier talent. A talent so powerful that nobody else in the world could ever obtain it. Every single day, he gains a brand new S-rank talent. His first summon was just a tiny skeleton. Weak, pathetic, worthless. But after receiving an S-rank talent, it evolved into a terrifying Death Knight. A monster capable of slaughtering entire armies. Then his slime gained the power of endless evolution through devouring. His goblin became a master of legendary weapons. And that was only the beginning. While other people struggled to make one summon stronger, Lin Xiao gave countless S-rank talents to all of his summons. Every day they evolved. Every day they grew stronger. Every day they became more terrifying. Geniuses, prodigies, heroes, none of them could even defeat his weakest summon. Then the abyss descended upon the world. Demon gods appeared. Ancient monsters awakened. Even the gods themselves looked down upon humanity. But when humanity stood on the edge of extinction, one man stepped forward. Behind him stood an army powerful enough to shake heaven and earth. An army of death knights, ancient beasts, divine creatures, and beings powerful enough to rival gods. The world finally realized one terrifying truth. The strongest army was never an army. The strongest kingdom was never a kingdom. It was one summoner, and his summons. This is the story of Lin Xiao, the summoner who turned the weakest class into the strongest existence in the world. Week 1 8-hour video will be uploaded. All novels uploaded here are completed, so you will get a full story without searching or waiting. I have listened to the translated version on web, and there are no major problems with translation. If you want Chinese novel translated, give me the original name of the novel and I will respond to your request as soon as possible. Please make sure your request is on the latest video. If you hear this "u" sound in the novel, it means either question mark or some space is left, like getting materials or experience gain there more but not shown. If after a name is used and after there is silence, it means exclamation marks were used as in shock. I don't know if this will happen in recorded one, but it happened in web version. Chapter 364. Congratulations on clearing Class Awakening. Dungeon, Chaos God's Trial. Summoner Chaos Summoner. Congratulations. You have reached level 60. As Chaos God was killed, Lin Xiao left dungeon, and a notification sound immediately rang in his ears. Finally finished. It wasn't easy. Lin Xiao couldn't help but sigh. Gain talent, Chaos and Disorder, SSS rank. Chaos and Disorder. Grants a random attribute buff upon use, lasting 3 minutes. Can be shared with summoned beast. Randomly obtain an attribute? Lin Xiao frowned as he looked at his newly acquired talent. He felt that the talent was not very strong, but its level could reach SSS level. But characters like Death God Knight, Snow Maiden Doll, and Goblin Emperor all have their own unique attributes. If we're talking about creatures that don't have this, then the only one left is Lucky Spirit, but he's a support-type summoned beast, so even if you give him attributes, he can't fight. I wonder if bad luck counts as a kind of familiarity. Lin Xiao was taken aback. Then suddenly a possibility occurred to her. Being unlucky. Perhaps it really is an attribute. Lin Xiao immediately used the abilities of her new talent. Gain random attribute, luck. Lucky. You will have good luck in the coming period of time. That's really the case. It's not the wind, fire, thunder, lightning, and earth that I expected. No, that's not included either, but there are other attributes as well. Lin Xiao was very satisfied with this talent. It was at least worthy of the SSS level title. Gain Summoner Class-Specific Skill. Share. Passive. Shared. Passive gain half of the Summoned Beast attribute bonus. Upon seeing the new Summoner skill, Lin Xiao was stunned. Gain half of the attributes of a Summoned Beast? That's insane. He quickly opened his information panel and glanced at it. The attribute value has directly exceeded 1 million. His health points have reached tens of millions. Holy crap! This is outrageous? All my summoned beasts combined don't even reach 1 million, let alone only getting half the attributes. Lin Xiao was completely stunned. Suddenly he noticed that there was a new constitution on the information panel. Constitution. Chaos God Body. Chaos God Body? After a few seconds of confusion, Lin Xiao realized how the constitution had been obtained. It's because of Chaos God. He wanted to possess this body, to unleash its power and alter it, thus bestowing upon Lin Xiao. Chaos God's body was only exposed by Xiao Mo at the last step, which prevented him from succeeding. I guess you could call this a blessing in disguise. Feels great. Lin Xiao was extremely satisfied. It was precisely because of the change in the constitution that his attributes skyrocketed. We really have to thank that guy. Gain Chaos Summoner's exclusive skill Chaos. Besides, Lin Xiao raised an eyebrow and quickly looked at the newly acquired skill. A summoning skill can also be described as a summoned beast. Chaos. Chaos. Level 0. Quality mythical. Ability none. Description: Chaos Summoner's exclusive summoned beast, unable to gain experience, grows stronger by devouring gods. Looking at this little cloud of mist, Lin Xiao couldn't help but widen her eyes. This guy actually wants to devour gods to grow. Feeding on gods, that's terrifying. Besides, where am I supposed to find a god to devour for you? I'm only level 60 now. Lin Xiao looked at the wisp of gray mist in her hand with a sense of helplessness, because she had no way to raise it now, and the thing was useless. There's a place with plenty of food, but I can't get in now. He thought of the special dungeon in a Netherworld trained dungeon. Gods are everywhere there. If given the chance, Chaos could have a feast, but unfortunately, this guy can't make it. Then you can stay in the summoning space for now. I'll take you out for a good meal when I reach godhood. Lin Xiao could only put Chaos back into the summoning space for now, and bring it out again when he reached godhood. Wait a moment to confirm that this is the final reward after completing Class Awakening. 1 talent, 1 professional skill, and 1 profession-specific skill. The rewards are pretty good. Now that I am a Chaos Summoner, I have embarked on the path of chaos, and I have also killed the Chaos God. There should be no problem with Lin Xiao, right? Lin Xiao thought to herself. The reason for undergoing the trial of Chaos God was to prevent her from being implicated. I took out my phone to contact Lin Xiao to find out what was going on. As soon as the screen lit up, I saw a row of messages. Most of the messages came from Remy, and they all used the same format. Have you come out yet? This lasted for 7 days. Although he had been inside the dungeon for more than a month, only 7 days had passed outside. It's out. Send me the materials you need, and I'll help you find them. Lin Xiao quickly typed a reply on her phone's keyboard. Then I clicked on the information about my sister that was included in the middle. Lin Xiao. Bro, my new song has been released. Have you listened to it? I'm very satisfied with this new song. I guarantee you'll like it too. A day after sending that message, Lin Xiao sent another message. Lin Xiao, are you in dungeon again? Remember to reply when you come out. After that, she never sent any more messages, because she knew that it always took Lin Xiao a long time to enter dungeon, so she didn't bother him anymore. After reading the message, Lin Xiao did not reply but instead called Lin Xiao directly. Hello. After the call was connected, a mature female voice came from the other end. Not Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao was taken aback. Before he could even ask the other person, she said, I'm Lin Xiao's manager. You're his brother, right? If there's anything you need, you can tell me, and I'll pass it on for you. Lin Xiao immediately understood and said directly, tell her to come home for dinner tonight. I'm sorry, Ms. Lin Xiao can't go home right now. She's rehearsing. I'll contact you when she's free, the agent said expressionlessly. Lin Xiao frowned. Just let him answer the phone. If there's nothing else, sir, I'll hang up now. The other party didn't give Lin Xiao a chance to speak before hanging up the phone. Lin Xiao was a little angry at the other party's cold attitude. Can't a brother even say a single word to his sister? She takes herself way too seriously. However, during the phone call, Lin Xiao remembered something she had overlooked. Having gained the power of Chaos God, will Lin Xiao's profession disappear? Will her voice be? If she suddenly can't be a singer, she'll be hit hard. But I'm only a part of it now, not a real Chaos God, so it shouldn't have a big impact on her. Perhaps God of Fun would understand something. After figuring everything out, Lin Xiao prepared to enter the God's assembly hall to find God of Fun. Just then, the phone rang. It's Lin Xiao. Chapter 365. Night. At the dining table, Lin Xiao didn't go out to eat with Lin Xiao. Instead, they chose to stay at home. Although they were at home, there was a third person besides them. Lin Xiao's agent, Xiao Yaju. Miss Xiao, my brother and I are having a meal, and you're not coming to eat, so there's no need for you to stay here. Lin Xiao glanced at Xiao Yaju, who was standing there, and couldn't help but ask. Xiao Yaju, with a cold expression, said, I'm doing this to protect Miss Lin Xiao's safety. Safety? Lin Xiao shook his head, finding it laughable. As long as I'm here, no one can hurt her. Wow! Lin Xiao felt a warm feeling in her heart. She looked at Lin Xiao and said, Sister Yaju is amazing. Let me tell you, she is a level 65 class awakening user and a very powerful boxer. Can't you tell from her appearance? Level 65 class awakening? Lin Xiao raised an eyebrow, feeling quite surprised. Is a class awakening willing to act as Lin Xiao's bodyguard and agent? Isn't this too wasteful? Lin Xiao picked up a piece of green vegetable, ate it, and said casually, a level 65 class awakening is so. Just so. Xiao Yaju's brow twitched. She was very dissatisfied with Lin Xiao's frivolous attitude and felt looked down upon. Stop pretending to be something you're not. You're a combat class 2, you should know how powerful class awakenings are. Lin Xiao rolled her eyes at him. Lin Xiao just smiled. After dinner, Lin Xiao was forced to listen to Lin Xiao's new song. But this time it was different. Her singing was no longer off-key as before, but much more pleasant to listen to. Was I affected too? Lin Xiao couldn't help but think of what God of Fun had said. When you start to find his singing pleasant, you may have been influenced by it. Of course, that was before, but now that she has awakened as a chaos summoner and embarked on the path of chaos, although Lin Xiao's profession has not disappeared, Lin Xiao feels that it cannot affect her. I'll go ask God of Fun later. Lin Xiao murmured to herself, having made a plan. Although Xiao Yaju's attitude towards her wasn't very good, it was clear that she genuinely wanted to protect Lin Yao, though the reason was unknown. But having such a professional protecting him makes him feel much more at ease. After listening to Lin Yao finish singing, Lin Xiao went back to her room to rest. It was a real rest. There was no immediate search for God of Fun. After all, I just came from class awakening after coming out of dungeon, trial of the gods. You still need to rest well. The next day, Lin Yao left after breakfast, and Lin Xiao directly used his divine privileges to enter the gods' assembly hall. Boom! As soon as I entered, I heard a loud eruption. Turning my head, I discovered that it was a volcano. Huh? This isn't the place of God of Fun. Lin Xiao was puzzled. This environment feels like... Just then, a flame descended from the sky, and a woman with burning red hair appeared in front of Lin Xiao. Vulcan, what are you doing here? Vulcan asked coldly. I'm here to find Lu. That guy Fate. I don't know how he ended up here. Isn't she here? Lin Xiao asked, as this was the first time he had encountered such a situation. Vulcan responded coldly. She's not here. She went out. Oh! Lin Xiao glanced at Vulcan. Are you at odds with fate? No sooner had she finished asking than Vulcan glared at her, startling Lin Xiao so much that she took a few steps back. His eyes looked like he wanted to devour me. A real conflict has occurred, and it's quite significant. Is it because of a problem with God of Light? Lin Xiao quickly guessed the reason, and only this reason could have made Vulcan so angry. Vulcan glanced at Lin Xiao and suddenly noticed that he was different from before. After examining him carefully, he frowned and asked, You have completed the trial of the gods, class awakening. But why can't I tell which god's trial you received? She knew all the gods in the temple, but she sensed a divine aura emanating from Lin Xiao, which was no less than that of any of the gods in the temple, which puzzled her. It's Chaos God. Lin Xiao didn't hide anything and told the god of fire the truth. Chaos God. Vulcan was even more puzzled. The temple has such a god. Why didn't I know about him? Lin Xiao shrugged. I don't know about that. Chaos God is a seed hidden in the temple. God of Fun only learned this through in-depth investigation, so it's normal that Vulcan didn't know. Now that you have completed the trial of the gods, flames suddenly erupted from Vulcan's body. Let me test your current strength. Lin Xiao was completely confused. Is this for real? Don't worry, you're level 60 now, right? I'll suppress my power to match your level, so you don't need to worry. The volcano raised its burning fist, clenched it, and then looked at Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao tensed up, feeling for some reason that Vulcan was taking his anger out on him. After all, she was very close to God of Fun, and since she couldn't cause trouble for God of Fun, she could only come to her. At this moment, Vulcan said again, God's assembly hall is not a place you can come and go as you please. This is a dungeon, after all. Consider it a test I'm giving you. Lin Xiao knew he was in for a beating and asked, How many summoned beasts can I use? Vulcan raised an eyebrow. How many summoned beasts do you need? I always feel like you're very arrogant. Give it your all. Good. In an instant, Lin Xiao summoned all the summoned beasts, except for Xiao Jing and Xiao Emo, and the chaos that had not yet grown up. Vulcan was stunned when she saw the group of people that suddenly appeared behind Lin Xiao. How can a level 60 summoner have so many summoned beasts? And each one is strong. But having already made the statement, how could she possibly take it back? Fate has favored you, and there's a reason for that. Let me see just how strong you really are. The fire element on Vulcan's body erupted instantly, directly surpassing the combat power of those of the same level. He then unleashed a powerful punch, and flames instantly covered Lin Xiao's vision. Snow Maiden Doll acted swiftly, unleashing its full power of frost as 3 ice-type forbidden curses rained down upon it. The opponent is the god of fire. Even though she has suppressed her level to 60, her power is still terrifying. The flames of the Vulcan were gradually suppressed, but they still broke through the 3 forbidden curses released by Snow Maiden Doll. Just then, Slime also made his move. The ice-type forbidden curse was unleashed in rapid succession, blasting towards the incoming flames as if it were ordinary magic. Continuously releasing forbidden curse? Slime has such an ability. Vulcan exclaimed in surprise. After all, slime is one of the weakest creatures, and the fact that it can release forbidden curse, and even release it continuously, is enough to shock people. Just as Vulcan was preparing to launch another attack, he suddenly sensed a danger as a black figure appeared to his right. The opponent's attack was swift and fierce. Chapter 366. Vulcan glanced at it coldly. Then his entire body erupted in flames, forming a special protective barrier that blocked the sudden attack. Not bad. An assassin-type summoned beast. It managed to get so close when I wasn't looking. Vulcan made his evaluation. But then she felt a strange power that decimated a large number of lives. The power of the Grim Reaper? He threw a punch in one direction based on his own intuition. Bang! Death God Knight swiftly swung his scythe to defend himself, but even so, he was still blasted hundreds of meters away by Vulcan's punch. Your summoned beast still possesses a trace of the Grim Reaper's power, and even obtained his weapon? Vulcan was surprised. This was completely unexpected. While she was still in shock, Snow Maiden Doll and Nine-Tailed Celestial Fox joined forces, unleashing a terrifying ice-type stillness that was even more powerful than before. Ignoring Death God Knight, Vulcan immediately made a move to counter it, glancing at Lucky Spirit beside Lin Xiao, while a die lay in front of him with 6 red dots facing up. The amplification effect is incredibly strong. Vulcan glanced at where the power came from. Faced with the 2 attacks, his body quickly transformed into a flame, striking Lin Xiao with the force of thunder. Summoners summoned beasts don't truly die, so we'll have to send you back for now. The voice of the Vulcan rang out in front of Lin Xiao, and a raging inferno descended. Lucky Spirit panicked and didn't know where to hide. Seeing that its master showed no sign of tension, it quickly hid behind him, then poked its little head out to look at the approaching flames. Not dodging? You're that confident? Or do you know I won't kill you? The god of fire was taken aback. The power of the flames had not weakened, but rather increased significantly. She wouldn't actually kill Lin Xiao, but beating him half to death and then bringing him back to life would be no problem. You've miscalculated. Boom! A deafening roar echoed across the sky as a bolt of lightning crashed down. Purple heaven tribulation, divine thunder. Vulcan's body jerked, and he felt a tingling sensation all over his body, even a little bit of pain. What kind of lightning is this? Boom, boom, boom. The lightning continued to fall, relentlessly striking Vulcan. This guy took so many hits and he's acting like nothing happened. Upon seeing this, Emperor Goblin frowned. She's a fire goddess. Although she's suppressed her power, her physical strength is still there, Lin Xiao explained. Strength can suppress, but physical strength cannot. No, Vulcan didn't give them time to react. Snow Maiden Doll, Slime, and nine-tailed celestial fox once again restrained them, while Flower Fairy silently released her entangling roots. Death God Knight was responsible for the main attack, constantly engaging in combat with them. Spider Prince would launch surprise attacks from the flanks from time to time, distracting Vulcan. Several times, this distraction led to Vulcan suffering heavy blows from Death God Knight, although it didn't cause her much harm.
Roll!
The Vulcan roared, instantly forcing back Death God Knight and Spider Prince. Several volcanoes in the distance seemed to erupt directly from their fury, instantly turning the sky fiery red, and lava meteorites fell down, smashing holes in the ground. The battle is over, you win, Vulcan said, clearly annoyed. Even though she was stronger than any of Lin Xiao's summoned beasts at the same level, she was suppressed by them and couldn't find a chance to fight back. Lin Xiao smiled slightly. You flatter me. Humph. Where did you find so many powerful summoned beasts? Vulcan glared at Lin Xiao. Besides, you didn't even use your full strength, did you? What about the rewards you got from defeating the gods? What about the skills? You didn't use a single one. Are you looking down on me? She was angry. I felt like I was being looked down upon. Lin Xiao scratched his head and said, It's not that I look down on you. It's just that I can't use it. Chaos God's reward is a summoned beast, and I haven't raised it yet. The other skill, Chaos and Disorder, is a random skill. This time, it grants the Ice attribute, which he directly gave to Nine-Tailed Celestial Fox. After all, Snow Maiden Doll has reached the pinnacle of Ice-type abilities, so giving her more wouldn't make much sense. So it's not surprising that Vulcan couldn't sense it. Humph. I'll let it slide this time. Vulcan was clearly not satisfied with Lin Xiao's answer, but since he hadn't managed to raise his summoned beast, she didn't say anything more. Here, take this. Give it to whomever you like. Vulcan took out a special rune and tossed it to Lin Xiao before leaving. Vulcan rune. Upon use, gain fire attribute enhancement, increasing fire skill damage by 100%. Good stuff. Lin Xiao gave the rune directly to Nine-Tailed Celestial Fox, who possesses 7 attributes, making it a perfect fit. With God of Fun absent, Lin Xiao, having obtained the item, did not linger and chose to leave immediately. Congratulations on clearing Dungeon God's Assembly Hall. Obtained Vulcan Rune, Consumable, *1. I'm already level 60, and I don't know if Yen Anning has completed Class Awakening yet. She probably hasn't. If she has, she should contact me. Lin Xiao still misses her Starlight Unicorn. Now all we can do is slowly grind dungeon and wait for her. I had just left home and stepped out the door when my phone received a message. It's Remy. The document also included a list of materials she needed to prepare the temple's healing potion. Lin Xiao opened the document, which listed the required materials, the locations of the materials, and included images of the materials. The document has 20 pages in total, and each page contains 10 different materials. Did she secretly add something extra? Lin Xiao couldn't help but have doubts, but he didn't ask, since it was something he had promised her. Upon arriving at the Adventurers Association headquarters, Lin Xiao went directly to the person in charge and told them the required materials. If they didn't have them, he would go to dungeon to get them. Sir, these are the materials you requested. We don't have the other materials you mentioned. However, given the large quantity you requested, we're offering you a 20% discount. It's nothing, thanks. After paying and packing all the materials, We arrived at the Dugyeon area. There are 15 more materials, not many. Lin Xiao immediately entered the corresponding dungeon and started speed farming to help Remy collect materials. 3 days later, these 15 kinds don't seem like many, but they're actually quite hard to find. It took me 3 days to find them, but at least I leveled up once, which is not bad. Lin Xiao quickly checked the materials to make sure nothing was missing. Temple dormitory. For floors. You finished collecting them so quickly? Remy was quite surprised to see Lin Xiao appear, and muttered to herself, I should have let you collect more. Lin Xiao naturally heard her mutterings. Her eyes twitched slightly, but she didn't pursue the matter. Instead, she asked, Are these materials enough? Remy nodded. That's enough. It'll last for a long time. Hurry up. I need to prepare the medicine. Chapter 367, Dragon Flame Abyss Squad. All eyes are on me. It feels like the abyss is appearing more and more frequently. I wasn't very busy before, but now people are contacting me every day. Primordial Celestial. I heard that the abyss group next door is sending messages every day, ordering people to suppress Abyss Dungeon. It hasn't stopped for a single day. Elite, Sha Pa Lang. Are those scum from the Abyss Silver Sea plotting something again? Elite, kill Wolf number 2 at Wuxiang. Aren't you close with it, Xiao? He's one of the 3 team leaders in our group chat. Ask him what's going on. Elite, Wuxiang. I can't contact him either. What about at Dragon Knight, Qin Chuan, and at Light Mage? They've both disappeared without a trace. Elite. I'm a dog. I hope I haven't been moved to the other group. I heard Qin Chuan has already completed Class Awakening and even got the Divine Glimpse. So I guess she's been moved. Everyone's eyes turned to me. But he's still in the group chat. I wonder where he's gone. Lu Yongchang activates a full mute. Lu Yongchang. Dungeon Giant Bear Ridge Abyss Transformation. Requires a professional level of 40 or higher. Lu Yongchang. Dungeon Lava Purgatory Abyss Transformation. Requires professionals level 45 or higher. Recommended for the entire party to be level 45 or higher. Lu Yongchang. Dungeon Dark Elf Tomb Abyssification. Requires level 40 or higher. Professionals. Lu Yongchang. Anyone who wants to go, sign up with me and I'll register you. You only have 30 minutes. At all members, Lu Yongchang disables all chat restrictions. I'm just so arrogant at Lu Yongchang. I'm gonna Giant Bear Ridge. Laozi's magic is the greatest under heaven. Same as above. All eyes are on me. Lava Purgatory. Elite, Wuxiang. I'm going with you. I'm also going to the Lava Purgatory. You haven't seen my epic set yet, have you? Captain, Xiao at Lu Yongchang. Does anyone have a level 60 plus dungeon with Abyss Transformation? Or an Abyss dungeon? Elite, Wuxiang. Oh my god. I'm out. I'm finally out. Lin Xiao, you're finally out. I thought something had happened to you. I'm a dog. After all this time, finally a captain has shown up. Lu Yongchang kicked Xiao out of the chat group. Elite. Formless? Elite. Wuxiang. What's going on? Why were they kicked? Everyone's eyes turned to me. You don't understand? He must have gone to the other group. Inside the room, Lin Xiao, who was waiting for a reply, was suddenly stunned to see herself being kicked. After Remy needed to prepare the potion, Lin Xiao left. Then, as he was about to continue leveling up, He thought about the situation in the temple and that the abyss might not be able to suppress it, so he clicked on a chat group that he hadn't opened in a long time. Indeed, this has been observed. More and more dungeons are becoming abyssal, and abyss dungeons are occurring more and more frequently, requiring professionals to continuously suppress them. After climbing the stairs for a while, he saw the person in charge appear and immediately began to ask questions. But he didn't expect to be kicked out as soon as he started asking. Just then, Lin Xiao received a message on her phone. She glanced at it and found that she had been added to another group, Abyss Strategy Group. Oh, this is the group they were just talking about next door. Lin Xiao immediately understood why she had been kicked out. Phoenix and Phoenix. Another newcomer has arrived. Sha Palang, main account yay. Newbie. Hurry up and post your picture. Yuri a banana dumpling. Welcome newcomer. After being added to the group, Lin Xiao immediately saw several welcome messages. But what surprised him the most was this guy called Sha Palang. Are there two killer wolf characters in the next group too? Does this guy have the ability to create clones? Or is he a master of infiltration and he's in all four groups? Lin Xiao looked puzzled. Lu Yongchang at Xiao, you just finished Class Awakening. Your level isn't very high. There's an abyss dungeon you could try it. Sha Palang, main account at Xiao. My goodness, you've already completed Class Awakening? It's only been a short time. Less than a year and you've already jumped from the other group to this one. Phoenix and Phoenix at Sha Palang, main account. Do you know him? Sha Palang, main account Lin Xiao, that genius summoner. Phoenix and Phoenix. So it was him. Summoner can actually complete a profession and awaken. That's incredible. I heard Summoner. Class Awakening is extremely powerful. One person can command an entire army. Yuri a banana poop. Team up. I want to see how awesome Summoner is. Lu Yongchang. Then the three of you should team up with Lin Xiao to suppress the Village of Suffering Abyss Dungeon. Sha Palang. Main account, I remembered my sister hasn't finished her homework, so she probably can't go. Phoenix and Phoenix. My dog is about to give birth, so I can't go for the time being. Yuri a banana poop. I twisted my finger on my last abyss dungeon and need to rest. Maybe we should find someone else. Upon hearing Lu Yongchang mention abyss dungeon, the three immediately refused, which puzzled Lin Xiao. This Village of Suffering is dungeon really that difficult? Lin Xiao pondered for a moment, then quickly replied on her phone. Xiao. No need. I can go by myself. Since they don't want to, there's no need for him to force them. He's planning to go down dungeon alone anyway. Sha Palang. Main account, wow, this guy is awesome. Is this Summoner's confidence? So strong. Phoenix and Phoenix. Confident my foot. He just came in. How could he know how terrifying the Village of Suffering dungeon is? Phoenix and Phoenix at Xiao, let me tell you, since the Abyss Dungeon Village of Suffering was discovered, 50 teams have already died inside. One team went in a few months ago and hasn't come out yet. They're probably dead. There are 50 teams, each consisting of 4 professionals, and most of those who make it into the Abyss Dungeon are already Class Awakening. In other words, 200 Class Awakenings have already died in this dungeon. Lin Xiao was surprised by the number and thought for a moment before replying. Xiao. I'm still confident. Sha Palang. Main account awesome. 666.jpg. Lu Yongchang. No, you all have to go. I'll send you the schedule later. Sha Palang, large and o. .jpg. Phoenix and Phoenix. New, urea banana poop. Oh no, I need to prepare my will now, everyone. Seeing the pessimistic looks on the three people's faces, Lin Xiao became increasingly curious about this abyss dungeon. Even if it's difficult, it shouldn't be as difficult as Netherworld Train, right? No. Netherworld Train is a special case. If the hidden dungeon isn't activated, it's still quite simple. Could there be hidden dungeons in the village of suffering as well? Lin Xiao actually hopes that there is a hidden dungeon, since the rewards for clearing the hidden dungeon are quite generous. Chapter 368. After deciding to join Abyss Dungeon, Lu Yongchang didn't send her any messages for 3 days, leading Lin Xiao to suspect that he might have forgotten about it. However, he didn't stay idle during those 3 days. Even without the Abyss Dungeon, he could still enter the Tower of Heaven. However, upon entering the Tower of Heaven, one inevitably faces a barrage of questions from Celia, God of Thieves, because she discovered that Lin Xiao chose neither her trial nor the trial of Goddess of Fate, but instead chose a god she did not know. Lin Xiao was unwilling to tell her, and each time she made up other excuses to avoid it. After spending 3 days in the Tower of Heaven, Lin Xiao's level increased to 62. At the same time, Flower Fairy's SSS rank talent, Flower C, has been upgraded to the dazzling level. One flower, one world. She evolved directly into the Queen of Flowers, greatly increasing her strength. She was even able to conjure soldiers from beans and command a large plant army. During these 3 days, Yan Anning did not send any news, and it was unknown how her awakened dungeon was progressing. It would be such a shame if she died inside the dungeon. Starlight Unicorn is gone. It's been 3 days. Even if they've gone to prepare for Abyss Dungeon, they should be almost done by now, right? Lin Xiao emerged from the Tower of Heaven and whispered. Just then, my phone beeped with a text message. It is Lu Yongchang. Meet at the meeting point at 11 a.m. tomorrow and enter dungeon on time at 12 p.m. No delays allowed. Otherwise, you will have to wait until the next time to enter. Along with the message, they also included the location of the dungeon entrance. After reading the message, Lin Xiao frowned. Entering dungeon on time? Is it that strict? Does that mean dungeon is only open during that specific time period? I wasn't sure, but I still replied with okay. At 11 a.m. the next day, Lin Xiao checked his equipment and consumables. With the evil dragon set, he was capable of dealing with anything unless he encountered a god. As for the trial of the gods in dungeon, if you're going to promise to let go of the evil dragon, how could you possibly let it go? Should Lin Xiao let him go and let him kill her? Of course, Lin Xiao would never do such a thing. As for when he can be released, he'll definitely only consider it when he's able to pin him to the ground and beat him up. After confirming everything was correct, Lin Xiao set off for the dungeon entrance meeting point Plague Bone Mountain. After changing buses several times, Lin Xiao was unwilling to go near Plague Mountain, so he had no choice but to walk there. Upon arriving at the foot of Plague Bone Mountain, Lin Xiao saw 3 figures already waiting there. There were 3 women. Ha! Boss Lin is here. We'll definitely be able to clear dungeon easily this time. Lin Xiao saw a woman wearing hot pants, dressed in a somewhat sexy style, waving at her. Let me introduce myself first. I am Tang En, also known as Sha Palang. My class is Warrior Dire Wolf Fist Master, level 65. You're the main account of Kill Wolf? Lin Xiao was surprised to find that the other person was a girl. Then she thought of Sha Palang and Sha Palang number 2 from the Longyan Abyss group, and felt that they must be people she knew. Are the Sha Palang and Sha Palang number 2 in the group next door acquaintances of yours? Lin Xiao asked curiously. Yes, one is my eldest sister, and the other is my youngest sister. Big sister, little sister. Then aren't you the second kill wolf? Lin Xiao was a little curious. Originally, it was the eldest sister who entered the Dragon Flame Abyss squad and named it Kill Wolf. My younger sister and I admired the eldest sister very much, so we entered the plan and named ourselves number 2 and number 3. Later, my younger sister and I did get in, but I was more talented and entered the Abyss strategy group faster than my older sister. Since I entered the Abyss strategy group faster than my older sister, I definitely couldn't be called number 2, but I also couldn't take over my older sister's name, so I added big number after it. Lin Xiao. It was quite a tortuous naming process. Hello, I am Feng Hehuang. You can call me Jilan. My profession is Phoenix Mage, level 68. A woman dressed in Lolita fashion approached, holding an umbrella, and introduced herself. Level 68? Wow, a mage who's almost level 70. Lin Xiao was shocked when she learned the other party's level. But then I thought about what was in the group chat, that even level 78 veterans were afraid of the Village of Suffering, so is this dungeon really that difficult? Hello, my name is Lin Xiao, Chaos Summoner, level 62. Lin Xiao gave a warm self-introduction, then looked at the last woman dressed in casual clothes. Are you a banana poop? Yes. Si Ning. Her class is Berserker Mage, level 70. Level 70. Upon learning the other party's level, Lin Xiao realized that she was the lowest level among them. After all, I've only just joined the group while they've been there for who knows how long. They're all seasoned veterans. With a pro guiding us this time, we're sure to beat a Village of Suffering. Tang smiled broadly, seemingly very confident in Lin Xiao. Hearing the word Big Boss being used, Lin Xiao felt a bit of mockery, since he was the lowest-ranking person present. Don't call me Big Boss, just call me Lin Xiao. No problem, whatever the boss says goes. Tang echoed like a little fangirl. Lin Xiao. Ignoring her, Lin Xiao asked Jilan and Xining, by the way, have you received any information about dungeon? This time, Lu Yongchang only provided the location of the Dug Eon entrance, without mentioning any information about the Dug Eon in the Village of Suffering. The Village of Suffering is unpredictable. The information about the dungeon is useless, and no one has cleared this dungeon in a long time, Xining said. Haven't finished the game in a long time? Lin Xiao frowned. The abyss monster inside won't come out. The boss explained it like this. Tang knew that Lin Xiao was not very familiar with dungeons, so he explained, generally, you need to send a team to suppress the abyss dungeons. Otherwise, the abyss monsters inside will come out. However, the Village of Suffering is somewhat special. Sending people in will prevent riots, and they will be suppressed regardless of whether the village is cleared or not. Lin Xiao, whether you clear the level or not, you'll be suppressed. This feels like... Yes, it's like a sacrifice offering. Even if you know that, you still have to go in. So many people are unwilling to enter this dungeon. But if you're called in, there's no way around it. You have to go whether you want to or not. After saying that, Tang shrugged. That's basically a death sentence for dungeon. Has no one ever cleared it? Lin Xiao asked. Of course there are. The god of war, the sword saint, my parents, and some people from the previous generation. Tang counted on his fingers. But in our generation, no team has been able to clear it, Jilan added from the side. It really is true that each generation is worse than the last, Xining joked. Lin Xiao. Instead of continuing the topic, Lin Xiao inquired about Dungeon's situation. Since someone has cleared Dungeon, they should know the basic information, right? Yes, I understand. There are only two. Tangyan nodded, then held up two fingers. Plague. Chapter 369. The four entered the dungeon, and Lin Xiao finally understood what Tangyan meant by plague. Due to the special effect of dungeon, you have gained the debuff plague. As soon as Lin Xiao entered dungeon, a notification sound rang in his ears, and then a symbol resembling a biohazard virus appeared on his status bar. Plague mark. Different debuffs are applied at different stages. A special effect is triggered when the mark reaches 100%. Currently, 1% all attributes have decreased by 1%. It's not a plague that makes people sick directly, but a special kind of plague. It torments people constantly. No wonder nobody wants to enter this abyss dungeon. You get a debuff as soon as you enter. Who can stand that? Lin Xiao immediately understood the reason. Only Heart of Reversal triggered, granting you a special buff. Healing, affected by the dungeon effect. Healing mark, grants different buffs at different stages. An additional special effect is triggered when it reaches 100%. Currently, 1% all attributes increased by 1%. Under the influence of Heart of Reversal, the negative effects of dungeon were directly transformed. It seems they specifically sent me to clear this dungeon. Lin Xiao recalled being kicked out of the Dragon Flame Abyss squad for speaking up, and then quickly being added to a new group and given the Abyss Dungeon task. Given the current situation, Lu Yongchang has probably been waiting for him for a long time. How are you all doing? You shouldn't be too affected, right? Lin Xiao asked the three women. They don't possess the same Heart of Reversal as I do. The problem isn't too big yet, Xining said. It's noon now, which is when the effect of plague is at its minimum. But at night, the effect of plague will be greatly enhanced, and that's when you need to be the most careful. The environment here is sticky. I really don't like it. Jilan patted her skirt, revealing a hint of dissatisfaction. I have a first aid kit here. My parents gave it to me before we left. I'll share it with you. Tangyan took out a special medicine kit and distributed it to everyone. While sending the message, she complained, "Hey, you know my parents knew I was coming to such a dangerous place as dungeon, but they didn't stop me. Aren't they afraid I'll die in there? There are already 50 teams that have died here." Jilan glanced at the first aid kit, then silently accepted it, responding to Tangyan's words. It could be a family feud. Your older sister and younger sister are trying to take advantage of the situation to rise in status. Tangyan looked surprised. Really? My older sister and younger sister are so good to me. It can't be that bad. Xining was speechless for a moment, then rolled her eyes at Jilan. You've been reading too many palace intrigue novels, haven't you? Don't stir up other people's family conflicts here. Okay? Jilan stuck out her tongue. I was just joking. Lin Xiao glanced at the emergency kit in his hand. It contained a very strong purifying medicine. Although he didn't need it, he didn't refuse Tangyan's kindness and accepted it. Let's hurry up and try to clear dungeon before sunset, Lin Xiao said. Wow, is this the confidence of a big shot? It's so reassuring. Tangyan exclaimed and quickly followed. Clearing dungeon before sunset? Xining felt that Lin Xiao seemed a bit too confident, so she said, clearing dungeon takes at least 2 days, and that was a long time ago when the god of war led the team. After passing through a grove of trees, the four of them soon came to a village shrouded in an eerie atmosphere. Even from a distance, they could feel the village's terrifying nature. Village of Suffering. The boss of dungeon is in this village. The whole village is in its current state because of the boss. The plague on us will gradually increase as we enter the village, Xining said. Yes, and the monsters inside change every time, making them very difficult to deal with. Jilan twirled the umbrella in her hand, and two birds formed from condensed flames appeared, circling on both sides of her body to form a special protection. Huh? Boss, what are you thinking about? Tangan noticed Lin Xiao was thinking and couldn't help but ask her a question out of curiosity. Lin Xiao didn't hide anything and shared his thoughts. I was thinking, since the dungeon boss is in the village, why don't we just blow up the village? Wouldn't the boss come out? That way, we wouldn't have to go through all this trouble to go in and look for him. Tang stared wide-eyed at Lin Xiao in shock.
Yilan and Xining.
Wow, the boss's ideas are really different. But this village is a bit big. One spell probably won't be enough to blow it up, Tangan asked. It's okay. If one spell isn't enough, I can use several. I think we can give it a try first. Looking at the village before him, Lin Xiao felt that his idea was very feasible. As for the villagers in the village, they're all abyss dungeons, and even the ghost villagers, if any, have all turned into monsters, so you can unleash magic without restraint and launch a carpet bombing. The idea is good, but I still feel there's something wrong with it. What do you guys think? Jilan looked at Tang and Xining. She had never heard of such a method of passing through dungeon. I'll listen to the boss. If the boss says so, then it must be okay. Tang immediately stated his position, firmly standing by Lin Xiao's side. Xining didn't make a decision so quickly. Instead, she asked, "You want to blow up the village directly? Ordinary magic can't do that. At the very least, you need a forbidden curse." There were mages in the previous teams who knew forbidden curse, and they couldn't do it. Are you sure you can? Xining's doubts are also reasonable. After completing class awakening, a mage can gradually learn forbidden curse. Those who can enter this dungeon are all quite strong, so forbidden curse is naturally no problem for them. So even if using forbidden curse doesn't necessarily destroy the village, if it were that easy, teams would have done it already. It's safe to say that Lin Xiao isn't the first person to have this idea. Lin Xiao, we can give it a try. If one forbidden curse doesn't work, I'll just throw a few more. If none of them work, then we'll just go straight to the village. Anyway, there's no loss. Then let's give it a try. Jilan and I both know forbidden curse, and fire forbidden curse will be more effective. Your slime should know fire forbidden curse, right? Xining asked. Yes. Lin Xiao nodded, then asked Yi Hua to Wendal. How did you know my summoned beast is slime? Oh? Xining. You know Xikong? It was only then that Lin Xiao noticed that Xining's name differed from Xikong's by only one character. Xining. That's my brother. I see. Then I really do have a connection with you all. Last time I teamed up with Xikong to enter Abyss Dungeon, and this time I teamed up with his sister to enter Abyss Dungeon. Isn't this just fate? Then let's start preparing. Chapter 370. Lin Xiao summoned slime, and then Xiao Jing and Lucky Spirit. Xiao Jing unleashed a fire-based domain to provide amplification, while Xiao Jing activated a special domain from the elemental fusion set, further amplifying slime's power. This is a domain skill? Your summoned beast has 2 fire-type domain skills. Jilan was shocked. Domain skills can greatly increase the damage of mages. Similarly, these skills are extremely rare and can only be described as something you can only come across by chance. No, Xiaojing only has one effect. The other is the effect of the equipment I'm wearing, Lin Xiao explained. What's the effect of the equipment you're wearing? Jilan's voice trailed off. Aren't you a summoner? You actually have this kind of equipment. Lin Xiao. Yeah, but I also have a magic-based summon beast. So it's not surprising that I have equipment that can unleash area of effect skills.
Yilang.
Jilan felt a blow to her spirit. Even a summoner's gear was better than hers. Master, is it my turn to make my appearance? Lucky Spirit held up the dice, a hint of excitement flashing in his eyes. He was a little impatient. Wait a moment. Lin Xiao called her over. Although Lucky Spirit had an increased luck stat from the equipment crafted by Old Goat, just to be on the safe side, then a green Lucky Spirit was summoned. Shadow of the Green Capital. Upon seeing another version of herself appear, Lucky Spirit immediately showed dissatisfaction. Master, you're going to sacrifice another version of me again. You should trust my abilities. Of course I believe it. Lin Xiao casually replied. Use chaos and disorder. Gained a random attribute. Fire. Fire damage increased. It's a pity it's not the luck attribute. After doing this, Lin Xiao had Lucky Spirit roll the dice. If you don't lose 6 points, then put Shadow of the Green Capital Sacrifice is a double insurance policy. Really, Master underestimates me. With such a lucky blessing, how could I possibly fail to throw it out? Lin Xiao glanced at Lucky Spirit, thinking to herself, it's hard to say. Lucky Spirit tossed the dice with a hint of annoyance, and after several flips, 6 red dots appeared. Look, Master, look, it's 6 o'clock. Lucky Spirit shouted. At 6 o'clock, the increase in effect is increased 6-fold. Then, Shadow of the Green Capital rolled the dice, which also came up as a 6. The effect of the increase was boosted by another 6 times. Lin Xiao glanced at the Dugion and gave it a special effect. Healing mark 1% increases all attributes by 36%. After making all the preparations, Lin Xiao looked at Slime and said, let's start preparing the forbidden curse. Make a few more. Slime nodded, and with a whoosh, a huge forbidden curse crimson magic circle appeared above the village of suffering, and even they were inside the forbidden curse magic circle. Both Jilan and Xining were shocked by the sheer scale of the attack. Wow, does forbidden curse have such a large range? Tang and exclaimed in surprise. He had seen mages cast forbidden curse before, but none were as powerful as Lin Xiao's slime. Its range is at least 10 times that of an ordinary mage. Is yours really slime? Jilan felt frustrated. Even one of the opponent's slime was stronger than hers. Xining looked up at the forbidden curse magic circle in the sky and said, I originally thought my brother was exaggerating enough, but you're actually exaggerating even more than he said. Lin Xiao then explained, normally it wouldn't be this big. This is due to the amplification effect. Right now, when you cast spells, the amplification is about the same, but the fire-type forbidden curse will be a bit stronger. With a mixture of belief and skepticism, Jilan began preparing his forbidden curse. The moment he began chanting the incantation, he felt a continuous flow of power surging into him. His eyes widened as he looked at Lin Xiao, but the forbidden curse spell did not stop. Subsequently, a forbidden curse circle appeared, which was only twice the size of Slime's forbidden curse circle. This What kind of amplification effect is this? This is too insane. Jilan was shocked. This was the first time he had unleashed such a terrifying forbidden curse spell. It's unimaginable that I could create such power. Ning unleashed her forbidden curse, but it wasn't a fire type. It was a wind type forbidden curse, but its power was several times greater than before. That's insane, Ning muttered blankly. She finally understood why her younger brother always praised Lin Xiao when he came back. And this doesn't even seem to be Lin Xiao's strongest summon beast. Lin Xiao's strongest beasts seem to be Death Knight and Snow Maiden Doll, which are also the ones her younger brother has mentioned the most in the summon beasts. Then let's begin. At Lin Xiao's command, the forbidden curse prepared by slime was immediately released. Forbidden curse, the source of world-destroying fire. Forbidden curse, fire of the void. Forbidden curse, a shower of fire from the sky. 3 fire-based forbidden curses fell one after another, causing a violent roar within the village of suffering, which was then engulfed in terrifying flames. Jilan and Ning's forbidden curse were also released, which should have presented a scene of destruction, but they seemed insignificant in the face of Slime's forbidden curse. Boom, boom, boom. The 3 forbidden curses were just an appetizer. More fire-type forbidden curses followed one after another, presenting a scene of destruction before everyone's eyes. Don't focus on one spot. Release the bombs and stages to cover the entire village as much as possible. Lin Xiao was giving instructions. Tangin, Jilan, and Ning, watching the flickering flames and Lin Xiao's constant commands, suddenly felt as if they were superfluous. Didn't he initially say he was going to complete the game alone? Jilan touched Ning's hand and asked. Yes. Ning nodded. Ha ha ha. The boss is really amazing. Tangin stood with his hands on his hips, looking very proud, even though he hadn't done anything from beginning to end. By the way, Commander Liu, did he speak to you privately? Ning suddenly asked. Yes. Jilan nodded, glanced at Ning and said, Did he also tell you that you have to go no matter what, and that you can't refuse? Ning nodded. He knew Lin Xiao was capable of clearing this dungeon alone, which is why he asked him to bring us along, but he didn't say it explicitly. Jilan, that should be it. Although it's hard to admit, the strength demonstrated by their marketing seems to confirm it. I'm just curious. Why did we ask him to lead us through this dungeon? Was it for the dungeon reward? But it seems we don't really need it. We can go to other dungeons. There's no need to come to a dungeon with such a high risk factor. Jilan couldn't figure it out. Ning, who was standing to the side, hesitated to speak, but ultimately did not say anything. Go there, yes, yes, blast that spot. And there's still something missing over there. Lin Xiao directed Slime to release the forbidden curse. Before entering, they could see what looked like a village, but now it's just ruins. But Lin Xiao felt it wasn't enough. She wanted to blast some more of those remaining cliffs and rubble, so they wouldn't block her view.